Welcome to the Who's Tape Review. Today we're going over the defense. Can we make some simple adjustments? You'll just have to find out. What's goody, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Who's Mans. You already know what time it is. Getting into another gameplay, the same gameplay actually, and we're going on the defensive side of the ball. First and 10, my opponent's running a stretch, and you see I try to fill over top, but we just don't get any kind of push to the outside. Now, this play right here, he scores a touchdown, and I had to go back and look at it because I didn't see what happened at the time, but you're going to see, and it's pretty infuriating. I'm not going to lie. It makes me a little mad. I don't care if Jaquan Brisker is a safety and he doesn't understand run fits or not, but you're going to see what he does right here. What he's going to do is the ball is hiked. There's a clear gap right here. I know you're supposed to keep leverage on the outside, but he commits way too hard, gives up the hole, and you see the touchdown scored right there. What I wish he would have done was just stayed outside and then not committed so hard to it, and then whenever that running back decides to pick his gap, you know, he tries to at least tackle. It could have slowed the running back down just enough to where he could get help from a linebacker or something, because I was right behind him, but hey, it is what it is. On this play, I play cover 6, and the cover 2 side is going to be towards Mike Evans, and as you see right there, the slant gets into him nice, and basically that vert hook hesitates just enough because he has to watch number 2, which is the running back, and the number 2 doesn't go fast to flat, he goes up the field, so that leaves a nice gap in between the spaces. So keep this play in mind because I remember this for later, and you're going to see where it comes up. So here, really good play by him. Set up in a cover 2 with an under front, which is going to usually be good for the style of inside zone that he'd probably try to run. However, he runs an outside zone or a stretch, and this is actually really good against the front I gave him, and I got a little too aggressive with the safety there. I need to be making some read steps instead of just aggressively going downfield, and I make changes like that in practice mode. So you'll see some of those differences coming up in games coming up. I've practiced a little bit, different formations, different fronts, things like that, so I have a better idea, and I think going forward I might actually use the Cincinnati Bengals defensive playbook. So one thing I noticed that they kind of enhanced this game is the speed strafe, where you're holding left trigger and right trigger, and you're kind of seeing that work right here, where I came out 3-4 bear under, or 3-4 bear, and then I switched to an under front, and I was less aggressive about how quickly I got to the hole, and I made him kind of decide where he wanted to go, and just, you know, reacted off that. You see the result right there. So because he's been running the ball so well, even though 2nd and 8 is a passing down, I wanted to come out and cover 3 match. But there's something weird here, and this is where you see I get a little lucky there. I thought when I was using the Mike backer that I would look to 3, and if 2 goes to the flat, I stay on 3. If 3 goes fast to the flats, then I'll take 2, and then the seam flat should take the halfback over there. However, he doesn't, and I was put in a weird predicament, but I get lucky from the pass rush. Now that it's 3rd and 8, I wanted to send a little bit of pressure on him, make him get the ball out quick. He comes out in 4 verts, which is actually a pretty decent call there. However, the pass rush got in there. One thing that I'm kind of mad about is how this linebacker takes this route from the tight end. I mean, look at this. Why would you sprint over there like that? It gets cooked, so I have to abandon. I'm lucky he did not throw it down the seam, because that could have easily been a touchdown. That's Mike Evans. And yeah, I mean, wow. Definitely get lucky right there. So after my opponent had a strip sack fumble, he's back in the goal line situation, and right here I do a good job once again of picking the correct formation and everything. I need to stop trying to hit stick everything. You see right here, I'm being pretty good. Instead I should have dove at him. It would have at least either slowed him down or I would have got the tackle. Instead, he picks up the first down, so now it's 1st and goal. Right here was just bonehead from me. Not necessarily play selection, but more so personnel choice in that part of the field. He's been running the ball quite a bit. If he came out with 3 wide receivers like he did, I should have still come out in my base defense, which at this point would have been 3-4 bear under. As you see, my guys are way too spread out, and I don't have enough big men on the field. Just gives them the touchdown. Just once again, when you're playing, pay attention to what they're doing, pay attention to where you are on the field, and I guarantee you the game will be a lot easier for you. But as you're going to see later on, I'm going to make some changes, and I'm going to make the game a lot easier for myself. However, I'm not going to make changes just yet. So we throw an interception. He gets the ball back. You see it's 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the second quarter, and we're already down a touchdown. We're not in a good position right now, but I'm not going to quit. This is good learning material for myself. So I've already made one change. You see Trey open. Instead of coming out in cover 6, I'm going to come out in palms. You see my Will's in a better position. Gets him off his first read, and that quarter flat is going to take 2 to the flat. Or I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure 3 to the flat. He's going to look 2 to 3. He takes 2 to the flat, get the swat, and that's going to be good for us right there. 2nd and 10, I come out and cover 9. Throws a screen. However, my rush gets in there pretty well, so I'm not really going to count that yet. 3rd and 10, he's coming out in wing stack, and he runs the ball. Threw me way off. And you can see right there I was not ready for it. I'm thinking he's going to try to pick up the 1st down, maybe get a field goal and try to go up 10. However, he ran the ball. Hey, he just outthought me there. But special teams coming in clutch, and sometimes special teams can be that spark, especially when you're not playing that great. I wasn't playing great on offense, nor was I playing great on defense, and this definitely gave me the spark to start making a comeback, and you're going to see that right here. So he starts off his possession, 36 seconds left with a perfectly timed screen right there. Picks up 5 yards, 2nd and 5, calls a timeout. Then he's going to come back out 2 by 2. I'm calling cover 9, which means my cover 2 is going to be to the boundary, which is nice. Mike Evans tries to go deep. He's trying to get to the sidelines. Do a really good job there. Force the ball out, 3rd and 5. Once again, perfectly timed screen. He's really trying to get out of bounds, get up the field, which is very smart. However, I'm going to start thinking about this as well. Come out in a cover 1, throw a blitz in there, and you're going to see that I shade outside on the slots, which gives me the perfect opportunity to swat the ball away. And that's exactly how I always play cover 1. It's a really good coverage, especially when you know what you're doing. So this is why I say you really got to pay attention to what your opponent is doing and what they really want. I knew he wanted to get points on the board. However, I switched up the coverage completely on him, and we get the interception. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I did here. So I came out in a cover 2 blitz where the safeties roll, and I've been giving him that look with the cover 1 blitz where the safety rolls down into the box. However, it's cover 2 match, and what I did was I took a extra lineman to where I was not actually blitzing or sending a pressure. I just wanted to give the look and make him hurry up when throwing the ball. And you see the result. Like I said, man, we get the interception. I switched things up, and it would have happened the exact same way on the other side towards the boundary. So I wanted to keep the idea of calling something completely different fresh in his mind. And so I called it cover 3 cloud. I haven't called this coverage at all yet, especially against his tight sets. Usually I've been calling it just straight up cover 3 sky, and this time I call cover 3 cloud. And as you see right here, the corner sitting on the outside there closest to the running back, he's just going to sit down, and he's going to be able to help out with the running back. Could have got the interception, doesn't, and bats the ball down. The reason cover 3 is so good against tight sets is because your flat defenders and also your outside thirds are going to be able to contain a lot of those outside breaking routes. They have to be outside breaking routes just due to the fact that it's such a reduced set. So that's why I like to call cover 3 against that, or cover 1. They're all pretty good. So I called palms in this case because my opponent really liked running a lot of out routes for number 2, and this is more so a bad read on his part than a good, defensive play call on my part. Reason being that quarter flat defender pushes for the mic and looks for a crosser coming back across the field, and it just so happens to be another drag in that same level, so makes it a lot easier on his part. So right here, it's 3rd and 31. I call cover 2, play the sticks, and pass interference, so he gets the first down. I guess more opportunity to play defense for me. So later on here, he's coming out in a quad, and I decided to man up the mic on the running back. However, I did learn about another way to possibly do this. There is no check for quad out of any match defense except for cover 6, if I'm not mistaken. But I just hesitate a little bit, and I should have stayed over and looked at number 3, and then basically looked 3 to 2, and he fits it in there. So good play on him. So here's a glitch. I call palms in a 2x2, and you see there the number 1 and the quarter flat just kind of bug out a little bit. Number 1 should have taken number 2 immediately, and the quarter flat should have gotten a little depth because no one was coming across the field to help out on number 1. The safety plays correctly, but luckily we don't get a touchdown thrown on us. In the future, I may have to do something completely different in 2x2 sets and empty. I may end up resorting more to cover 2 match. So instead, now I'm running a cover 9, and I ran cover 9 in this formation because I remember what he was doing before with Evans throwing a slant. He got that pass off on me a couple of times, but I was letting him think he had it earlier in the game. So I decided to come out and cover 9, and you see there my linebacker is right in the window. I knew that linebacker was going to take the running back to the flat if he was fast out, and he would still be in the window just long enough to make that throw a little bit less enticing. And if the running back doesn't get out to the flats fast, then he was going to be able to help out number 1 if one went under. So there you go. And so the whole purpose of this video was to show you guys what you can do when you pay attention and how to adjust from that. When you understand the game fundamentally, adjusting is so much easier than clicking a ton of buttons that you don't need to do. A lot of the plays that you need are already in the playbook. There may be slight adjustments to those plays that you need to make. However, like I said, you don't have to make crazy adjustments in this game. And you've seen I was down 21-7 right before half, made a few adjustments here and there, and came back and won the game. These are some of the stats you see. He was 9 for 26 through 4 interceptions, and that was largely in part to the changes I made on defense. As far as Rashard White, I did go into practice mode and practice a few things defensively as far as my fronts go. So hopefully that change that I made there can show up in my gameplays. But that's gonna be it for now, man. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the subscribe button and the bell, and remember, GITG, we're gonna give it to God. All glory to God every time. So yeah, man, enjoy your day. Peace.
When I drop back, I'm dropping dipping dots on their head. When I move, the analog clock like watches I'm fed. These ankles and sternums, I heard them, they need workers instead of being scared. Come prepare, my dear. Class is a session, here's the lesson. Click the button, ring the bell, we making something. Subscribe to the boy, cause we really making something. Check the gumption, I'm nice with it. Tea with the ice in it, peas with the rice, and then wings with the spice in it. In the kitchen, whipping flows with the mic. Gotta